Welcome back, guys. It's that time again. Time for another video. Today's video we're going to talk about some of the shot placement, bow hunter's checklist, stuff like that. When you're in a tree stand shooting down at an angle, we're going to go over some of that today. You hear that? Get on the deer, get on the deer. I got you. Alright, but this is our test dummy for today. So let's go ahead and head on that way and I'll start to explain a little bit there. Alright, so as you've seen the shot, we're pretty close to target. Here's the thing that I really want to make sure and cover, okay? So if you're new to archery, if you've only been hunting for a little bit, if your shots have been a little bit off, if you thought, man, I should have been money on that shot and the deer still ran off with your arrow, or the arrow went plumb through him, there wasn't a whole lot of blood on it, hopefully this will clear up some of that stuff, okay? So shot placement, as you know, is very important in archery, okay? You get that arrow in there, especially if you use something that's got a 2-inch cutting blade like I do. If you get in there where you need to get, or even close, you're going to get that deer. So one thing, like I said, I want to cover, okay, so we've got the deer out here, we've got the block, and what we focus on all summer is just shooting that target, shooting that circle, shooting that heart, shooting that heart. One thing that you don't want to get in a hard habit of is just focusing on that target, okay? You don't want to be shooting that thing to the point of, when you're in the tree stand, you shoot at the heart, and then you miss. You hit too low, it passes through the deer, you don't hit no vitals, the deer runs off. You know, hopefully they'll heal up, nothing like that, but we still don't want to give them that chance of infection and wasting deer meat. So one thing that's very important, and you're probably going to hear me say this a lot, this video, is shoot for the exit hole. Okay, so now that we've talked about being on that flat ground of where you need to take the angle to hit, and you can see, hopefully from that direction where you're sitting, and you can see where that angle is going to hit that heart, okay? Next thing that we want to talk about is when you're up in a tree stand. So if I'm up in a tree stand and I'm shooting down, and like I said, I've got that muscle memory built in where I just aim for that deer's heart every shot, no matter what angle, whatever. If I come down on that deer like this, and you know, if it's 20 yards like this is, or even get in, if you get like 10, 15 yards, you really start pushing it that you're not going to kill that animal, because what's going to happen is the more angle that you put on that, and if you aim for that right behind the front shoulder, when you're aiming behind that, you're going in, if he's, you know, you're just going to hit that fat pocket right underneath his armpit. So the thing that you're going to have to do is obviously raise that arrow up, okay? Shoot for the exit hole. You're going to be shooting for the back shoulder, right behind there is where you want to come out. So obviously you're going to have to raise that arrow up. If you come through here, you can already just see, just by me holding the arrow here, you are going to get some vitals. You're going to tear this deer down. So he's not going to run that far. There's going to be blood everywhere. It's going to be easy track, everything you need. Next thing I want to cover is, when you're drawing back to take that shot, everything I've told you guys, for at least the last 2 videos, I know for sure, is be consistent with your draw. Okay, so you got back, you see everything's a straight line across my body here. I try to bring the bow up to my head. That knuckle is my pivot point, that's my anchor point, so I know that that's where I always put it. So I'm going to draw that bow back, put it here, everything's in line, take the shot. Okay. With a bow, everything's got to be the same every time, or your shot is going to be off. Okay, so if you're having trouble getting a consistent group, you know, yeah, check your arrows, make sure your bow's tuned, but make sure you're being really consistent with your shot too. Because if you're shooting and you know you're flipping that hand out, or you're pulling the bow one way, or you're gripping it so that the bow, per se, if you've got a real tight grip, you know, it's tweaking it one way or another, like that stuff's going to play a big part of that arrow flying straight and true. Okay, so when you draw back and you're in the tree stand, here's the problem. Okay, everybody said, well, you have to aim low or you have to aim high because my arrow is shooting different. I have to use this pin at this distance. I have to use this. Here's the problem. It's really simple. Okay, I've seen the equations, I've seen this, I've seen that. I got that decoy, or not decoy, I get the target right there 20 yards from the tree. Well, if you actually range from the tree stand, you're looking at 21 yards. So it might add 3 feet in distance just from being higher. So here's the trick, okay? Everybody draws back. Here's where it goes wrong. Okay, what just changed? Everything about my form changed. Okay, so where you come back every time with your arm, it's changed. Okay? Where you get back to where that string is touching your mouth and it's perfect, that changes. Where your arm's coming down, that changes. Everything is shifted so that it changes. So yeah, obviously you're going to shoot off one direction or another. You're going to have some kind of something go wrong because you've got such change in your form. So here's how you do it. Don't let nobody see you doing it, because they ain't gonna like it. They're gonna say, what are you doing up in that tree stand? Okay, so I don't even want to show you now, but I'm gonna show you just because I'm that guy. Alright, so when you're shooting, that one hip, push that one hip out one way or another, whatever one you're shooting, okay? So it's probably gonna be the inside hip. You're gonna kind of pull it in or out. Pull that bow back. Make sure you're like you're on the ground shooting. Drop that hip, push it out, and here's the thing. Everything stays in line. Everything stays in line. So when you get that and you push that hip out, you're going to hit right where you're aiming. It's just like you're standing on flat ground, not even being in a tree stand. So don't even let that get in your head. Get up there, flat ground. Just push that one hip out, just like you're shooting on flat ground. Keep this from here up the same. Don't move it. The only thing you want to move is your hips. You get that to where you got everything's consistent to you sitting flat on the ground shooting, you're going to drill that target or drill that deer every time. If you don't believe me, go try it. I promise you, go try it. So I'm going to get up in the tree stand real quick. We'll take a few shots. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's the deal. When you guys are up here fixing to take that shot, especially when you got that angle, you draw back. If you drop down like this, you didn't practice all summer long standing on flat ground pointing down at the ground. That's not how you practice. It's not how you sight it in your bow. So keep everything, like I said, from the belt up in line. So when you draw back, get everything in line like it is now. See everything, and then you just cock that hip out. Pull that hip out. You're going to drill it right in there. So next shot, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the deer. Okay, so the next shot, I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the deer. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot like I told you to shoot before. Shoot for the exit hole. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll walk down there and take a look at it, see what it looks like. So I'll shoot one more real quick and then we'll give you a look. Okay, so like I said, keep your body straight, everything in line. Just move that one hip out because you want to keep everything from here up. I know I keep saying that, but it's very important. Don't shoot to shoot, man, the arrow's going to shoot here, so I got to aim here. Know where you got the pin, that's where the arrow's going to hit. That's what this is about. So I'm going to go ahead, let you watch the deer, and we'll take this shot here. Okay, so shooting for the exit hole, like I said, the heart on the target is right here, but you got to know where the heart is. There's all kinds of, if you just go to Google Images and just Google the deer anatomy or the vitals, anything like, there's tons of images to look. Look at that stuff, figure out how the shoulder lays in there, the bone, so you know where to shoot. All this is going to make you a better hunter, a better shooter, everything. So you see the slight angle I got? Okay, we're 20 yards from the tree stand, so obviously if I was at 10, it's going to be more extreme, okay? The heart, technically, if this is real life deer, I would say would be about this area directly back. Okay, so when I'm shooting, you see that where the arrow's headed? It's headed right into that heart, okay? So when it gets in there and it starts passing through, starts ripping, you're going to get the lungs, you're going to get the heart, you're going to get everything you need to get. So remember, shoot for the exit hole. One other thing we want to cover is our bow hunter's checklist. On this we got our hunting equipment, so like, we've got arrows, our backpack, binos, gear hooks, grunt calls, handsaw, pruning shears, whatever you might need. We've got all that listed on here as far as clothing, miscellaneous items, flashlight, knife sharpener. That's a big deal. You start cleaning that deer, it'll take long to dull a knife. So we got our own little bow hunter checklist. It'll be on our Facebook page. So if you want that, make sure come over to the page while you're there, like it, and while you're over there, you can have that. It ain't gonna cost nothing crazy like that. It'll just be a picture, so you can pull it off on your phone, print it out, pull it off on your computer, print it out. Since everything in hunting season, it's exciting, it's really easy to forget stuff. Okay, so make sure and get that. The other thing I want to cover is from now till September 30th, 2018. Okay, we are selling our shirts. We've got some shirts coming up. It's going to be American flag kind of design. It's going to be Blackfox Outdoors, our logo. We'll show you a picture of it towards the end of the video. We're going to have that, hats. The hats are going to be kind of like what I got on, except it's going to have our logo on the front, and it'll have Blackfox Outdoors in the back. It'll be a fitted hat. So if you guys want those, make sure and send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, preferably Facebook, but you don't have to. Get with us, send us a message. We're going to take the orders up until September 30th before we send the order off. As soon as we get it back, we're going to get it back to you guys. Also, until September 30th, every order, we're going to send out one of our stickers with the order. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see that, but we'll make sure and have a picture of that at the end too. So we're going to throw in a sticker if you order a hat, or if you order some shirts, whatever you order, we're going to make sure and get you a sticker in there so you can wrap it on the truck, your boat, hunting rig, whatever you want. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you guys got any other questions, comments, tips, hints that you can think of, put them down in the comments. Let us know if we missed anything else that you'd like to cover. Make sure and get with us, okay? Keep it real, guys. See you later.